What happens when a 5'10" psychopath decides that bigger opponents make better target practice? While other heavyweights avoided the giants of the division, Mike Tyson actively hunted them like a serial killer with boxing gloves. Buckle up for a nostalgia trip that'll give you chills, because in this video, we're going to travel back in time with you to witness the Prime King's David versus Goliath fights. This is the Boxing Lab. Let's get into it. In July 1989, a 6'4" giant named Carl the Truth Williams stepped into the ring believing his giraffe-like reach and technical boxing skills would solve the Tyson puzzle. From the opening bell, Williams executed his game plan perfectly, working behind his educated left jab and using his massive height advantage to keep the destroyer at distance. For over a minute, it looked like the skyscraper had found the blueprint to neutralize Iron Mike's explosive power. The Truth collapsed instantly, his 6'4" frame crumpling to the canvas like a demolished building. Referee Randy Newman took one look at the Giants' 1,000-yard stare and waved off the massacre at 1 minute and 33 seconds.
That he was talking about, but the way he slips inside, he's such a better, good defensive fighter, Tyson. People forget that.
That's all it took for Iron Mike to prove that the truth hurts when it comes delivered by a sledgehammer disguised as a boxing glove. June 13th, 1986, Madison Square Garden. A 6'3" warrior named Reggie Gross stepped into the ring, apparently thinking basketball tryouts were happening that day. The tall man carried the confidence of someone who'd never seen what happens when you poke a rabid pit bull with a stick. What happened next became boxing folklore. As Gross paused to admire his handiwork, like an artist stepping back from his canvas, Tyson exploded with the force of a nuclear bomb detonating in a phone booth. A single left hook crashed into Gross's jaw, with the impact of a freight train colliding with a paper airplane. Gross joined the growing graveyard of giants who learned that Tyson's fists don't respect the laws of physics.
The WBA and the IBF.
February 25th, 1989, Las Vegas, Hilton. Britain's heavyweight hope, Frank Bruno, a man who spent more time pumping iron than his brain, stepped into the ring carrying an entire nation's dreams on his steroid-inflated 6'3", 228-pound frame and the kind of trash talk that only a man with a death wish would attempt.
But I want to knock him out so good into Don King's lap and wipe him off the map because he's bad for boxing. I see myself knocking out Mike Tyson, spectacularly knocking him out. No way he's going to beat me. No way.
The British Bulldog had just painted a target on his own face, and Iron Mike was about to use it for shooting practice. The bell rang and both warriors charged at each other like gladiators in a death match.
Tag with the right hand, and there goes Bruno for the first time, but he knows the power has all the power. Set him up with the left hand.
Then something absolutely unprecedented happened.
As Tyson, now Frank comes very slowly. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks Bruno. Bruno continues to throw.
The destroyer's legs wobbled like a newborn deer as 15,000 fans erupted. Was this the night a giant would finally silence the monster?
The right hand catches Bruno. It's in shape. Big.
For 4 grueling rounds, Bruno absorbed punishment that would have sent ordinary mortals to the morgue.
Right hand. Lands her big right hand. Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go.
With seconds remaining, Tyson cornered the exhausted giant against the ropes and unleashed a symphony of destruction.
Lands. Tyson knows he's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steve.
2 crushing right uppercuts followed by a left hook that nearly sent Bruno into the 3rd row.
Michael Tyson wins on a 5th round. TKO.
The trash-talking giant had given Iron Mike his toughest test yet, but in the end, even British courage couldn't survive a tornado disguised as a human being.
Who he is, and
fight the fight who he is.
In 1987, a 6'4" Olympic gold medalist stepped into the ring believing his height advantage would save him from Iron Mike's wrath. Apparently, they don't teach how not to get your face rearranged by Tyson in Olympic training camps. What Tyrell Biggs didn't know was that his public disrespect of Tyson had been earning compound interest for 3 long years.
You know, I owe it to myself to go out there and beat Michael Tyson like I am his dad. He's made for me. Tyson.
That Mike Tyson really has to answer. Can he cope with a clever body?
The hand speed of
He has found a pass wrong.
well, whatever.
The towering fool had just signed his own death warrant. Tyson was about to turn this lighthouse into driftwood with his sledgehammer fists.
Stevenson, and I admit it was 5 years ago, but he really bothered
There is the hook. To stay in this fight, Tyson's hand speed.
Tyson.
For 2 rounds, the Olympic champion used his jab like a matador's cape, dancing around the charging bull while landing clean shots.
Like Kevin Rooney stated. 1-2.
Then Tyson decided it was time to teach the giant a lesson about respect.
Tyson steps in and
So far.
Tyson stalked the wounded giant around the ring like a cat toying with a mouse before dinner time, each hook and uppercut turning Biggs' face into something that would make plastic surgeons rich.
break that rhythm and stop the moment. Instead, he abandoned his tactic. You know what's happening here. See Biggs come back with...
The Olympic champion was getting the kind of facial reconstruction that usually costs 6 figures in Beverly Hills.
Last round, our punch that figure.
Oh, that
was a tremendous left hand.
This is it.
He is gone right now. He has no legs at all. And 10 seconds to go in a round. There's a left hand. He's down again. It's over.
A left hook sent the 6'4" giant flying across the ring like he'd been shot from a cannon, his Olympic dreams crashing into the turnbuckle along with his body.
I think it's the power and the fact that Mike Tyson actually wore him.
Just not get away from it.
Well, that's what is
The lighthouse who thought he was untouchable had just learned that Mike Tyson's memory is longer than any reach advantage. In August 1986, Tyson faced a real titan named Jose Ribalta, a 6'6" Cuban giant whose 80-inch reach could keep opponents at bay like a medieval knight wielding a lance. This towering fortress was about to give Iron Mike the hardest night's work of his young career.
To Tyson, he said,
Mike,
big right hand.
the height advantage. He had like Ribalta.
From the opening bell, Tyson established his royal dominance in the ring like a king claiming his throne.
But you got it. Down right hand by Mike Tyson is inviting.
And there was an uppercut. What a shot.
In the second round, Tyson landed a devastating body shot, followed by a crushing right uppercut that sent the 6'6" giant crashing to the canvas like a felled tree.
Never saw it coming. At the pressure.
Also a low blow by Ribalta.
Not eager to drag out time, Tyson kept turning Ribalta into a human wrecking practice, leaving the giant desperately holding on to his senses as each crushing combination threatened to end his night permanently.
There's a big right hand, and Ribalta is about to go.
There is no spring.
There's a smashing left hand, and wide.
By the 8th round, another thunderous combination sent Ribalta back to the canvas. But somehow, the Cuban warrior dragged himself upright again, his spirit refusing to surrender to Iron Mike's relentless assault.
Here in the 9th round.
That's the... Drop that right hand.
Round 10 arrived with both men battered, but Tyson still hunting for the finish that had eluded him all night long.
Oh, what a shot, and Ribalta's down.
Not willing to put the outcome in the hands of the judges, Tyson decided to perform surgery with his fists. In January of 1988, Mike Tyson was confronted by a giant carrying 20 years of heavyweight dominance and the kind of jab that had destroyed an entire generation of challengers. This wasn't just another oversized opponent. Larry Holmes was boxing royalty, a former heavyweight king who had ruled the division for 7 years and defended his title 20 times. The aging giant believed his legendary jab and ring IQ could solve what youth and power could not.
Boxing brain. Tyson.
For the first couple of rounds, Holmes tried to make it as difficult as possible for the young destroyer, using every dirty trick and veteran move in his arsenal.
Tyson once again showing that's which I like.
Round after round, Tyson dismantled the aging fortress with surgical brutality. The destroyer showed no respect for Holmes' legendary status, treating boxing royalty like just another oversized heavy bag that happened to fight back.
Menacing black shorts, black boots, no socks. Poking out that jab.
At the start of round 4, Holmes tried one last time to be the old Larry Holmes, flashing the jab that had once terrorized a generation.
Oh goodness me, what a right hand there from Tyson. And Larry Holmes on his back here in round 4. What is like when Ernie Shavers cracked him as well. How did Holmes beat that one? He's down again, second time. Not too... And Mike Tyson now, very menacing. Larry Holmes survived. What a punch that was. Oh, and he's gone again, and the legs absolutely collapsed underneath him. So, Larry Holmes...
Seconds later, a crushing right hand followed by a devastating left hook sent the legendary Holmes crashing to the canvas for the first and only time in his 75-fight career.
That was still the first one. Completely flattened, and when the legs buckle underneath you like that, you know it's a bad one.
Mike Tyson proved that when you're built like a human wrecking ball with anger issues, size advantages become size disadvantages. Because bigger opponents just give you more target to hit and more body parts to send flying across the ring. In this video, we have taken you back to the golden era of boxing and showed you that despite his average height, Tyson was not afraid to face real giants. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments who you think was Tyson's best knockout.